The question, I usually avoid talking about cryptocurrency because it has too many problems. But the point here is that cryptocurrency uses blockchain because of its immutability. So we can also use blockchain for tax. We can also use blockchain for other things. The debate on cryptocurrency is there is just too much. There is just too much. We are introducing topics slowly by slowly. Like, for example, we would want to have a digital currency. I mean, instead of printing money, we issue digital money, you know. That would deal a major blow with corruption. But today, if you read the Star, just that central bank won the case to print new money has given people scares, those who have kept money at home, you know. So if tomorrow the government says, the Indian government said, from next month, the 1,500 is not functional, you know, and you have to bring it to the bank and explain to KRA where has been this lying before. So if we needed money, we could get money tomorrow. But like the gentleman said, there has to be political will. Those are debates which we can debate about. But blockchain can give us the immutability that cryptocurrency wants to use. We have made recommendations on tokenization of the economy because that is mega in terms of new economies. And with tokenization, we are able to encourage more young people to work, and they are rewarded for their work. So hopefully the government accepts those ideas because we have a major problem in unemployment. One way of doing it is to make never to tax mobile money, you know, so that you get everybody into a space where you can track and trace their expenditure. And then you are able to do that. You need to discourage people from actual physical currency and bring them to a space where you can be able to see them. But what do governments do? They tax that very same thing which is going to increase transparency in the darkest of dark areas and be able to raise more money from that space. And that's the reason why we are talking about, do we really need cash? If in this country, you can walk around with digital currency in form of mobile money and you make your payments, do everything. The question is, do you need hard cash? And if we say we don't, why can't central bank, instead of printing that money, take that money for other development and they say, if you need cash, we'll put it on your mobile. Like the same way we collect, because almost 95% of people are using digital currency now. Even when I send money to my people at the village, they know where to get it, but they don't need cash. They actually don't need cash. Cash history, we understand it. We were using shells, we were using goats as cash. We have used everything. Why do we need it? You know, if we dealt with that issue, if Africa said we are into digital currency and we are the first ones, you would see everybody paying tax. We don't need cash. You don't need hard cash. You eliminate the crime, you eliminate all these kinds of things. But as he said, it has to be political will because politicians need hard cash to bribe voters. So you can go at the end of the election and say you bribed this much and we are here. That is where we have a problem. I talked about trusted identity. Once we build that infrastructure, even as you walk into the bank, nobody needs to ask you for your name because the biometrics are there. They know who is walking in and they know who they are giving. The reason why we succeeded in M-Pesa is because we had a civil registration system which most other African countries had. The government is strengthening that by creating the biometrics. With biometrics and other validation points, you create the trusted identity that you deal with. If you have read the case study of Twiga Foods, IBM, what has happened is they are able to give credit without collateral because now they know the identity. You know, they're doing it in this country. Everybody in the world is looking to this because it's the first one in the world. So identity is not going to be a problem. I know the government has started doing the biometrics, which is what India did before they began to intensively use ICT to help the young people.
Okay. Thank you, Professor. A good round of applause for Professor. Asante sana.